Hello, welcome back to the channel. I am playing with the Petals and Pansies collection today. Words are hard. I'm going to give you a quick run through everything. So we've got the embossed die cuts. There's other bits and pieces in this collection. There's card collections. There is, I think, a teddy bear in this range. I may be wrong, but there's lots of other ones. This is the Petals and Pansies sentiments, layered sentiments. So you have the thanks and then you have the shadow for that. There is a couple for moms, and then there is a happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day is already passed here in Australia, and then mum. So we've got blessings, we love, and each of them have a shadow that corresponds and matches the color. This is just the 6x6 collection. So we've got the basics that you'll see shortly, and this is the 6x6 that is gorgeous. Lots of little cut aparts, some bigger cut aparts for card makers. That one's gorgeous too on the other side of that one. And this is the Pansies collection, which is actually what we're going to use today. That's what we're going to use, and the back of that. So I'm only really going to use 2 pieces of paper. So this card with the embossed die cuts, you can get so many. So I have a top folding card here. I'm going to measure basically 1 inch from either side. So it is 2.5 centimeters and 8 centimeters. And then I am from top bottom, I'm going to cut a line. If you've got one of those, I can't think of who does them, but there's a couple of cutters out there that you can start from a particular spot and go all the way down. My guillotine obviously cuts on the whole thing. Now, this little part I actually did wrong, but it worked out anyway. So I was very, very lucky. So you need to cut this at 9.5 centimeters wide by 14.10 centimeters. Now I did 10 centimeters. So you need to cut 2.1 centimeters off the left-hand side, and then you need to cut again at 7.2. Just had to check my measurements. Don't do what I did. So I was very, very lucky that my pattern on the whole on the right hand side did really well with lining up. So it sort of looks like the pathway that's on the right hand side sort of goes behind the bush, and you can see a tiny bit if you really, really look higher up, but I was super lucky. Otherwise, you've got other pieces of cardstock, you can just use that and then use the back for something else. It's not totally wasted, but I was very, very lucky. So we have the card that we're making today is a triple bridge. So you've got these 2 little flaps on the left and right, and then you've got another one in the middle. We are going to use this ephemera piece, my die card, to make a bridge. So we're going to connect the 2 left and right panels. I just needed to trim off some of the leftover tags because they are perforated, they are pretty much cut out, but they've just got the little tags, and you need to trim those off. So I'm putting a tiny bit of glue on the far left of my chair. You can see that there. It's not glued to anything else apart from that. Now you could give it a stronger, you can take it further over and layer up quite a few different die cut pieces, but I'm also going to put a bit of glue on behind my butterfly so that he's sort of sticking out a little bit, and that is going to form my bridge. That is what's going to adhere those 2. So we've got a little bit of glue on that far right. I will trim up some of the very bottom of my die cut pieces because I think, strictly speaking, my chair is not exactly straight, but that's okay. It's all good. You're not going to notice it. Mostly it's the butterflies and the flowers. So he is trimmed off a little bit. My little hedgehog, now, if you have been with me for a little piece of time, you will know that I quite like my hedgehogs. And while I was in England, My aunt feeds hedgehogs. I'm going to alter this a little bit. I originally wanted him sticking off, but I decided not to. So I'm going to quickly pull him back up. They've changed the foam that it's not. Before it used to be stuck, and that was it. I just adhere a little other piece to the back of my hedgehog because pulling him up bent him a little bit, but it's okay. So yeah, my aunt feeds hedgehogs in England. So I got to sit there last year, can't believe it's nearly a year, and watch them get grumpy at each other and just eat the food and just be gorgeous. Anywho, so I had to include him. So as you can see, this is the back of that other panel. And the inside of my card, I don't generally put too much, but today we're going to use the best wishes. I was going to say happy birthday, I think, because it's there. My brain was ahead of me. Trim off the little tags. Sometimes you don't need to worry about it too much. Today they were in my mind, I could see them. And these are going to be glued flat. And apart from a little bit of bling, that's it. I mean, you could get, with using 2 sheets of paper, even with the stuff up that I did, you could do this card over and over and over again, because you get a lot of paper. I can't think off the top of my head because it's getting late. But a lot of paper and a lot of ephemeras, and you can join them all together, or some of them together, to form your bridge. That's pretty much my card. I will leave a link down below over to my blog, and where you can, and all the product information will be down below in the description doohickey, and you can check out this collection. It is very soft, it is very pretty and feminine, and it's gorgeous, I'm just going to say. So there is, if you make this sort of card, tag me on Instagram, Natalie Perry Walsh. I would love to see what you make. And that's my card. That's it. That's all I can say. Is I keep saying super easy card. It is. Take care. Bye.